Good morning, everyone. UI 2026 Fresher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Genius Code YouTube channel. Well, how has been UI so far? Definitely. So today I'm going to be explaining a particular concept in physics 101 that we call what? Work, energy, and power. Just like this particular topic might seem simple, but it's complex somewhere. So let's get to the whiteboard. So today I'm trying to be explaining work, energy, and power. What do we understand by work? In anything that you want to understand by work, just know that work is the product of what? Of our force and what? And displacement. W, just from your expression, W is equal to what? Force times what? Force times displacement. It's not distance. Please take note. Because work done is a scalar quantity, which is gotten from the combination of two what? Of two vector quantity. Your force and your what? And your displacement. So after knowing that your force, just know that your work done is a what? Is a scalar quantity. Your force is a what? Is a vector quantity, and your what? And your displacement is a what? Is a vector quantity. By the time you have the cross product of both of them, then you are going to get a what? Then you are going to get a force, or you are going to get a work done. So how can we do about calculating our work done? I want you to know some important formulas. If you said W is equals to what? Force times distance plus what? Cos theta. This particular formula is explaining to you that how you can get the angle between the force and the what? And the displacement. Let's take for an example. This is a particular diagrammatic expression that is trying to explain what I'm trying to explain. If this is a particular displacement and a particular force is moving in this direction, the angle between this particular force and this displacement can be calculated using my W is equals to what? Force times distance cos what? Cos theta. Please, students always make the mistake. It's not sin theta, it's cos what? Cos theta. Now, let's explain how it is what? How it is vector. Yes, you understand that my force can be in components in high, J, and K components. Then the same thing as my displacement. It can be in what? It can be in components high, J, K. But UI always give what? They always still give displacement in form of points, where you have a point A and you have a what? And you have a point B. I will try to solve a particular example now. Maybe you will be able to understand from there. If they say calculate the work done, given that your force is equal to what? My force is equal to 7i plus what? Plus 5j plus what? Plus 6k. In a particular displacement of 2 points, let's take points, and the first point to be what? To be P, to be equal to what? 2, 1, what? 3. And the other point is what? And the other point is Q, which is what? Which is 1, 2. If you see this particular question is very so much easy to understand. It's very so much easy because I can easily represent this particular point. Each point is what? Is displacement. I can still represent it based on their what? Based on their components. Then I cannot say this one is my high, this one is my J, and this one is also my what? My K. Same thing as this one. This one is my high, this one is my J, and this one is my what? This one is my K. So for me to get a particular displacement that I'm going to use to multiply this particular force, I must subtract this one from this one. Am I communicating? So please listen carefully to me. So I'm going to subtract 2 minus what? Minus. So the first thing I'm going to do is that what? I'm going to subtract 2 minus 1 to give me what? To give me high, right? Or maybe I should just write 1 high. Then the next thing is that I'm going to 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is what? 1 minus 1 is what? Is equal to 0 what? 0k. Then I'm still going to subtract 3 minus 2, right? So I'm not going to 3 minus 2 is equals to what? Is equals to what? 1 what? 1 z. When I communicate, oh sorry, this one should be J, then this one what? This one should be K. So I've already resolved my displacement into what? Into a particular what? Into a particular vectorial representation that has what? That has a particular component. So I cannot say that my overall displacement is what? Is high plus what? Plus 0J plus what? Plus K. So now how will I now get my what? My work done? Is by multiplying this one by what? By my force. That's how I'm going to get my work done. So to get my work done, then I will say that what? So to get my work done, then I will say that my work done is equal to what? My work done force times what? Times displacement. Then you don't forget that we have our displacement to be equals to I plus what, plus 0j plus what, plus k, right? In which we are not going to what, be multiplying all this variable with this particular. So we can get we can get the first one is what, 7 times what, 7 times 1, which is equals to what, which is equals to 7. Remember, your I times I will have multiplied each other. That is the what, vector component rule. I times I is equals to 1, j times j is equals to 1, and what, and k times k is equals to what, is equals to 1. So same thing as this again. Then I'm going to multiply 5 times what, 5 times 0k. So at the end of 5 times 0, that one will be equals to what, will be equals to 0. Am I communicating? The next one is what, 6 times what, 6 times 1k. This is what